your turn of thought on this new development?
This is a very unfortunate bit. There is an actual surprise with the introduction of another tax. At a time when we talk of an industry that we have closed 15,000 members, that is a loss of around 250,000 jobs. We're talking about an industry that has lost 150 billion. At the peak, and after fighting and doing a lot of lobbying and requesting for this country to be opened, just before we were through paying the dues, the debt that we have for our landlords, that just the debt that we have for this country in terms of NSSF, in terms of pay, in terms of all the legal obligations that we have, then we're hearing there is another tax. It is a very unfortunate thing, and we, as an association, we represent 54,000 members in this country. We are going to do everything possible, and we are happy because the annual inflation rate cannot get into this country without the approval of Parliament. We are moving to Parliament to speak with the Finance Committee and see to it how this thing is going to be managed. The warning that I want to issue to KRA and to Kenyans of this country, by increasing the cost of alcohol, the impact that we're going to do, we're going to turn most of our people to move from the mainstream beer to the gins. And it's very unfortunate because even right now where I am in Embu seated. That's why we have a Zoom problem. We're here and we have a national campaign to ensure that we compress counterfeits and illicit drugs, illicit alcohol. But as we are doing this, the cost of legal liquor is going up. So automatically what will happen, majority of our people, we're going to make a very sophisticated business for the counterfeiters. On one side, we are fighting them. On one side, we are taking them to court. On one side, we are empowering our people to ensure they comply with the law. On one side, we are empowering our people to identify counterfeits. On the other side, we are giving a very good soft operation environment for counterfeiters to operate. It is very unfortunate. And we as an association, we will do everything that is possible to ensure that these things do not appear. And let me advise KRA, on the same way that a High Court judge issued advisory, and he told them, as we continue to close down legal businesses, or as we continue to close down the creativity of minds and the courage of hearts of our Kenyans who left employment and went to do business, as we close down those existing operations, KRA should note that it is also going to close down. And that is not the intention that we have. So we are calling for further consultation on implementation and increment of such kind of taxes. Let's not just talk about automatic increment or inflation. When I was looking at the report on recovery of the hotel, the 2 years of COVID, it was compressing at 56%. That is the loss. And that is why we're talking about 150 billion. Right now, we are at a recovery rate of 9%. It will take us 11 years for this hotel industry to come back to where it is. So by us trying to make the cost of operation, the cost of a product, what we're expecting with that 5% increment in inflation is almost a 20 shilling increment in the cost of legal purified liquor. So automatically, that will be a great hit. And let me say this, we are not going to recover because all the benefits and the waivers that we've been given on COVID, all of them are going to be taken in by this. So it's a matter of, John, take this as I take something from you behind the scenes. So we are calling also we're calling on a sober conversation on it. We're calling on COFEC and all the other business industry. And actually, that's what we're going to do from next week. We will call on all the affected members, the business members, and we will move with them in Parliament. And let me also remind you that it is the National Bar Owners Association that went to court because of minimum tax.
Allow me just to ask you a question, also just to what you're mentioning, you being an association, working with other associations as well. KEPSA, the lobby group, has also been pushing this envelope that we should maybe claw back on the powers conferred to the Commissioner General himself with, the enactment of the Excess Duty Act 2015, right? You talk of automatically increasing the taxes. Do you think that particular power that is conferred to the Commissioner General should be clawed back?
Let me say this. as an opinion and as a person, I respect the Commissioner General. But we have had previous Commissioner General with the same law. But this Commissioner General is coming with a lot of force instead of the previous Commissioner General of Kinawawero, who invested in empowering a normal Kenyan on payment of taxation. I am in hand, and I'm joining hand with KEPSA in calling for clawing back or even regulation or management of the powers of the current Commissioner General. And let me tell him, achievement of collection of revenue will not be adjusted by dictatorship. It will be adjusted by consumer consultation, training our members, and empowering the new taxpayers with information.
Right, Gashoka. I think looking at the region, we are, a country that it is taxed highly when it comes to the sin tax. It is the highest in the region, motivating smuggling. As you've mentioned also, you're actually in Embu trying to, arrest the situation of illicit brew, as it were. I wanted just to ask you, how does this decimate the value chain then of the manufacturing sector? And how do you get adversely affected at the tail end?
What we say is this: the cost of operation of an alcohol joint in Kenya is very high. I don't know why. Because even now, when we start increasing the cost of legal liquor, there's a reason why I'm using legal liquor. Because at the peak of COVID, when legal businesses were closed, counterfeits, illicit, they really increased, and those businesses really flourished. So because we operate in an environment where we have inelastic demand. Any impact on any product, automatically you have to lose customers, you have to lose businesses, and businesses have to be shut. So that is why we're saying, by increasing the cost of one liquor, this is a bottle of liquor that will go by around 20 shillings, 30 shillings. Automatically, that will have a very strong impact on loss and closure of more creative and forceful and active employers of this business. In this case, these are the bar owners and the alcohol joint. This will also have an impact because if you talk about 20 shillings and I buy so many crates, I'll have to go for more loans. I'll have to get for more debts for me to fund the cost of taxation. That is not the spirit of economic growth. That is not the spirit of of an economy that is recovering from COVID. What we need to do is to facilitate, to encourage, and create an environment that will ensure that businesses flourish. And that's why I'm supporting KEPSA and any other business organization that we need to now claw back the powers of the Commissioner General. And also, we want also to advise him as a person. It is time you start engaging the business community. Let's not just sit down from an office and think we're going to send enforcement and arrest and what have you. We also have an opinion as Kenyans, and we're responsible people. Some of the people arrested and they're charged. They're just ignorant people. They're innocent Kenyans who are supposed to be taught, who are supposed to be informed. And KRA for a long time, they've been our partners in empowering and educating our people. But this time round, they've been our partners in closing, in attacking, in discouraging investment and closing legal businesses. So that is why I'm saying it is time that even KRA changes the way it does its business. Let's not just be happy by KRA achieving its targets as we close more businesses and chase away investors from this country and discourage investment and also discourage the young people from working, or discouraging a young person who's innocent of the law from investing in this country. This country has not enough jobs to offer. So what we need to encourage is create a good environment for people to invest. And the only way we're going to do is for KRA to change the way it does its business. From these dictatorial perceptions to engaging the stakeholders in all the decisions that they're going to make.
Thank you, Boniface Gashoka there for that turn of thought as far as the taxes are concerned. We're talking about the sin tax and how it is exponentially rising in this country in an environment where the economy is tanking. Right now, tax policy is increasing and is becoming counterproductive. When we talk about sin tax, 400% in... It's higher by 400% compared to Tanzania, 300% higher compared to Uganda. So what is the mathematics in between there that the Kenyan tax policy experts are working to, of course, bridge this particular gap. Right, a good conversation there. Thank you very much again for your contribution, Boniface Kashaka. We'll take a short break right now.